Well, good morning. Here we are looking at Proverbs 24 again. We're in the 30 sayings of Proverbs, and we are looking at verses 5 through 6 this morning. 5 through 6. We're looking at saying 21, and it is talking about strength. Now, I don't know many people who say, I really want to be weak. I really don't want to have strength. I just want to be weak. Well, here he's talking about true strength and where it is found. So read with me verses 5 and 6 this morning. A wise man is full of strength, and a man of knowledge enhances his might. For by wise guidance you can wager war, and in abundance of counselors there is victory. Here, what we see is the idea of you want strength, that is a good thing, but where are you going to get that strength? Sometimes people, leaders, even find their strength in fear or in overt force. And here he's saying, listen, you need to get it from being wise. I think Peter even takes it a step further in a sense, where he encourages the elders to lead by example. And so it takes wisdom to know how to lead, and that strength. Leading by example is a very, very strong and effective, I don't want to say tactic, but if you're going to lead, that is a great way of doing it. Because nobody can ever look at you and say, well, you're not doing it. But it's a strong position to say, do as I am doing, because I'm showing you that I believe what I'm saying and I'm actually doing it. It's like a pastor who encourages people to read the Bible and then he doesn't read the Bible. It makes no sense. But rather to encourage people to read the Scriptures and be in the Scriptures, well, when he is in the Scriptures. And so here he says that true strength is found in wisdom. A wise man is full of strength, and a man of knowledge enhances his might. Now, you remember, we've talked about it a million times already, that the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and so we must fear the Lord. But there is another place where we find wisdom. This is just a general principle. It doesn't even have to be about something biblical necessarily, but it's the idea of finding wisdom, gaining wisdom from other people. So I'm reading a book, 1776, about the Revolutionary War, and one of the interesting things you can see is how much the soldiers were paid. One point I read a young man signed up for $8 a month. That's how much he was earning to sign up to be part of the army, and he was doing this. But they paid, I think it was about $330 to people who were able to come inside in the enemy lines, behind enemy lines, and give them information. And so the generals, particularly Washington and others, recognized the value of getting information from other people, consultation, gathering other leaders, and not just making a one-sided, go-it-alone approach, but gaining wisdom from getting other people involved. So much so they were willing to pay a very, very, very hefty price to have that wisdom, to have that knowledge that other people may have. Here, for us, we are to do that. We are to call upon other people, wise people, before we are making decisions, before we are seeking to go it alone. He says, for by wise guidance you can wage your war. So he was talking about war there. You can figure out what to do if you have wise guidance. But then he says, and in the abundance of counselors there is victory. So when you have lots of people who are, I don't want to say pulling for you, but lots of people who are wise, who have your best interests at heart, when you're pulling from them and you're seeking, because they have sought the Lord and are wise in his word, that it is here that you are able to gain strength. We see this in Proverbs 11:14, where there is no guidance, the people fall. But in an abundance of counselors, there is safety. Proverbs 20:18, plans are established by counsel, but wise guidance wage war. We see that this is just an important thing. We want to gain strength through the wisdom of the Lord and through an abundance of counselors. That's one of the great blessings that we have in having elders in a church, a plurality of elders. And that certainly doesn't mean we don't gain wisdom from people outside in the church and people that we trust, and other pastors in other local churches who are wise. But one of the things that we do is we want to understand truth. We want to gain a good, be firm in our standing of what we do. And so we want to gain his power. We see Ephesians 6:10 talks about this, that we are to be strong in the Lord, not strong in ourselves, not strong in our own wisdom, but strong in the Lord and in the strength of his might. This is what we are called to do. Certainly, this is what you see Jesus doing. How many times did Jesus pray? Over and over, you see this, that Jesus went forth to pray, to commune with his Father. And if Jesus prayed and sought wisdom from his Father, certainly we should as well. Gain wisdom from the Lord in prayer, through his word, through other wise people. And this is a good formulation for how we then can be strong in the Lord. Well, I hope that this is a blessing for you, an encouragement to you, to give you some wisdom and guidance. And I hope that and trust that the Lord will richly bless you this day.